Hi again, everyone. Let's try this a little bit longer. We still have 15 minutes left in our dear time. I think our first video went through, although it's a lot less engaging than I was hoping. At least you can hear the text and we can keep up together on what's going on with Star and the Hate U Give. So for those of you following along at home, if you did sign out a book or you have access, remember I also sent links to the entire Hate U Give text in that first hero message I sent to everyone. I'll make sure to include that in my next hero announcement for you as well. But know that you can follow these links online or you can follow along in the book. But without further ado, let's see what's going on in chapter 5. Remember we talked about code switching. Chapter 5 is where Star goes to her prep private school, and as you know, she takes on a different role there, a different language, different behavior. She even walks and acts a little differently. So we're going to see more of what happens with that. On Monday, the day I'm supposed to talk to the detectives, I'm crying out of nowhere, hunched over my bed as the iron in my hand spits out steam. Mama takes it before I burn the Williamson crest on my polo. She rubs my shoulder. Let it out, Munch. We have a quiet breakfast at the kitchen table without Seven. He spent the night at his mama's house. Remember, they're only half-brother and sister. I pick at my waffles. Just thinking about going into that station with all those cops just makes me want to puke. Food would make it worse. After breakfast, we join hands in the living room, like we always do, under the framed poster of the 10-point program, and Daddy leads us in prayer. Black Jesus, watch over my babies today, he says. Keep them safe, steer them from wrong, and help them recognize snakes from friends. Give them the wisdom they need to be their own people. Help Seven with this situation at his mama's house, and let him know he can always come home. Thank you for Sakani's miraculous sudden healing that just so happened to come after he found out they're having pizza at school today. I peek out at Sakani, whose eyes and mouth are open wide. I smirk and close my eyes. So he was busted, wanted to stay home, but then he found out it's pizza day, so I can go. Be with Lisa at the clinic as she helps her with her people. Help my baby girl get through her situation, Lord. Give her peace of mind and help her speak her truth this afternoon. And lastly, strengthen Miss Rosalie, Cameron, Tammy, and Brenda as they go through this difficult time. In your precious name I pray, amen. Amen, the rest of us say. Daddy, why you put me on the spot like that with Black Jesus, Sakani complains. He knows the truth, Daddy says. He wipes crust from the corners of Sakani's eyes and straightens the collar of his polo. I'm trying to help you out. Get you some mercy or something, man. Daddy pulls me into a hug. You gonna be all right? I nod into his chest. Yeah. I could stay like this all day. It's one of the few places where 115 doesn't exist and where I can forget about talking to detectives. But Mama says we need to leave before rush hour. Now don't get it wrong. I can drive. I got my license a week after my 16th birthday. But I can't get a car unless I pay for it myself. How many of you are in situations like that? You have to pay for your own car and your own gas. Life can be pretty expensive. Keep working hard and saving those bills. I told my parents I don't have time for a job with school and basketball. They said I don't have time for a car then either. Messed up. It takes 45 minutes to get to school on a good day and an hour on a slow one. Sakani doesn't have to wear his headphones because Mama doesn't cuss anybody out on the freeway. She hums with gospel songs on the radio and says, give me strength, Lord, give me strength. We get off the freeway into Riverton Hills and pass all these gated neighborhoods. Uncle Carlos lives in one of them. To me, it's so weird to have a gate around a neighborhood. Seriously, are they trying to keep people out or keep people in? It's an interesting question. Keep people out or keep people in? We're forced to stay inside right now because of the coronavirus. Why else might people be forced to stay in? Maybe they're controlled, or there's an abusive situation, or maybe they've got some sort of mental condition and they're afraid to go outside. Just think about that for a minute. They're trying to keep people out or trying to keep people in. If somebody puts a gate around Garden Heights, it'll be a little of both. Our school is gated too, and the campus has new modern buildings with lots of windows and marigolds blooming along the walkways. Mama gets the carpool lane for the lower school. Sakani, you remembered your iPad? Yes, ma'am. Lunch card? Yes, ma'am. Gym shorts? And you better have gotten the clean ones too. Yes, Mama. I'm almost 9. Can you give me a little credit? She smiles. All right, big man. Thank you. Think you can give me a little sugar? Sakani leans over the front seat and kisses her cheek. Love you. Love you too. And don't forget, Seven's bringing you home today. He runs over to some of his friends and blends in with all the other kids in khakis and polos. We get in the carpool lane for my school. All right, Munch, Mama says. Seven's going to bring you to the clinic after school. Then you and I will go to the station. Are you absolutely sure you're up for it? No, but Uncle Carlos promised it'll be okay. I'll do it. Okay. Call me if you don't think you can make it the whole day at school. Hold up. I could have stayed home? Why are you making me come in the first place? Because you need to get out of the house, out of that neighborhood. I want you to at least try, Star. This will sound mean, but just because Khalil's not living doesn't mean you stop living. You understand, baby? Like they said, life goes on, right? We have to keep making people proud and try and be the best parts of the people you've lost, right? Try and keep their memory alive by sharing the best gifts they shared with you with the rest of the world. Yeah, I know she's right, but it feels wrong. We get to the room, or we get to the front of the carpool line. Now, I don't have to ask if you brought some funky gym shorts, do I? She says. I laugh. No, bye, Mama. Bye, baby. I get out of the car. For at least 7 hours, I don't have to talk about 115. I don't have to think about Khalil. I just have to be normal Star at normal Williamson and have a normal day. That means flipping the switch in my brain so I'm Williamson Star. Williamson Star doesn't use slang. If a rapper would say it, she doesn't say it, even if her white friends do. Slang makes them cool. Slang makes her hood. Williamson Star holds her tongue when people piss her off, so nobody will think she's the angry black girl. Williamson Star is approachable. No stank eyes, side eyes, none of that. Williamson Star is non-confrontational. Basically, Williamson Star doesn't give anyone a reason to call her ghetto. I can't stand myself for doing it, but I do it anyway. I sling my backpack over my shoulder. As usual, it matches my J's. The Jordans, the blue and black 11s like Jordan wore in Space Jam. I worked at the store a month to buy them. I hate dressing like everybody else, but the Fresh Prince taught me something. See, Will always wore his school uniform jacket inside out so he could be different. I can't wear my uniform inside out, but I can make sure my sneakers are always dope and my backpack always matches them. I go inside and scan the atrium for Maya, Haley, or Chris. I don't see them, but I see that half the kids have tans from spring break. Luckily, I was born with one. Someone covers my eyes. Maya, I know that's you. She snickers and moves her hands. I'm not tall at all, but Maya has to stand on her tiptoes to cover my eyes. And the chick actually wants to play center on the varsity basketball team. She wears her hair in a high bun because she probably thinks it makes her look taller. But nope. What's up, miss? I can't text back what's up, miss? I can't text anyone back, she says. And we do our little handshake. It's not complicated like Daddy and King's, but it works for us. I was starting to wonder if you were abducted by aliens. Huh? She holds up her phone. The screen has a brand new crack stretching from corner to corner. Maya's always dropping it. You haven't texted me in 2 days, Star, she says. Not cool. Oh, I've barely looked at my phone since since the incident. Sorry, I was working at the store. You know how crazy that can get. How was your spring break? Okay, I guess. She munches on some Sour Patch Kids. We visited my great-grandparents in Taipei. I ended up taking a bunch of snapbacks and basketball shorts, so all week long I heard, why do you dress like a boy? Why do you play a boy sport? Blah, blah, blah. And it was awful when they saw a picture of Ryan. They asked if he was a rapper. I laughed and steal some of her candy. Maya's boyfriend, Ryan, happens to be the other black kid in 11th grade, and everybody expects us to be together. Because apparently, when it's the two of us, we have to be on some Noah's Ark type and pair up to preserve the blackness of our grade. Lately, I'm super aware of BS like that. We head for the cafeteria. Our table is near the vending machines. It's almost full. There's Haley sitting on top of it, having a heated discussion with curly-haired, dimpled Luke. I think that's foreplay for them. They've liked each other since 6th grade. And if your feelings can survive that awkwardness or the awkwardness of middle school, you should stop playing around and go out. Some of the other girls from the team are there too. Jess, the co-captain, and Britt, the center, who makes Maya look like an ant. It's kind of stereotypical that we all sit together, but it worked out that way. I mean, who else will listen to us complain about swollen knees and understand inside jokes born on the bus after a game? Chris's boys from the basketball team are at the table next to ours, egging Haley and Luke on. Chris isn't there yet, unfortunately and fortunately. Remember that Chris is Star's boyfriend. We also know that Chris is Caucasian, and we also know that Star's been missing or not replying to his text recently. Luke sees me and Maya and reaches his arms toward us. Thank you. Two sensible people who can end this discussion. I slide onto the bench beside Jess. She rests her head on my shoulder. They've been at it for 15 minutes. Poor girl. I pat her hair. I have a secret crush on Jess's pixie cut. It's a really short haircut. My neck's not long enough for one, but her hair is perfect. Every strand is where it should be. If I were into girls, I would totally date her for her hair, and she would date me for my shoulder. What's it about this time, I ask. Pop-Tarts, Britt says. Haley turns to us and points at Luke. This jerk actually said they're better warmed up in the microwave. Ew, I say, instead of my usual ill. And Maya goes, are you serious? I know, right, says Haley. Luke says, I only asked for $1 to buy one from the machine. You're not wasting my money to destroy a perfectly good Pop-Tart in a microwave. They're supposed to be heated up, he argues. I actually agree with Luke. Jess says, Pop-Tarts are 10 times better heated up. I move my shoulder so her head isn't resting on it. We can't be friends anymore. Her mouth drops open and she pouts. Fine, fine, I say. She rests her head on my shoulder with a wide grin. Total weirdo. I don't know how she'll survive without my shoulder when she graduates in a few months. Anyone who heats a Pop-Tart should be charged, Haley says. And imprisoned, I say. And forced to eat uncooked Pop-Tarts until they accept how good they are, Maya adds. It is law, Haley finishes, smacking the table like that settles it. You guys have issues, Luke says, hopping off the table. He picks at Haley's hair. I think all that dye seeped into your brain. We're going to pause there for right now, folks, because I know we're getting close to our 15-minute timer. I'm going to try and figure out how to pause this. You may hear some inappropriate language. No, that would never happen. But tune in a little bit later. There'll be another link posted for you in your next hero message. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you very soon.